Going live?
Indeed.
Wow.
Ha! Good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are in the world. This is Carol Matibula saying hi. I'm sitting here with just one of the most amazing brother that I have just met recently. And he is amazing in directing those who are startup in business, those who have been in business for a long time, those who wants to grow, those who wants to take the journey into self-discovery in terms of financials. He's your guy. So today we're going to find out more about him, and he's definitely going to be at Vibrantly African. So you don't want to miss this, and you can touch him. You can ask lots of questions. So here we are. So tell the people who you are.
Okay. People out there, my name is Ade Ogunbambo. I'm a business growth coach. I have been...
Just a little closer so we can tie that length a little bit.
Right.
Once
I'm a
again.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay,
yes,
brilliant.
Okay.
So I am a business growth coach. I work with businesses, small, medium-sized businesses in the main, because that is the lifeblood of any economy. Because without small and medium-sized businesses, no economy in the world can survive. They are the guys who hold the purse strings. They employ people. They create jobs. They make money for the government, and they enrich society in everything they do. That is my passion. I want to empower them. I want to make them successful. For example, if you look at the UK economy, 85% of small businesses crash and go bankrupt in the first 5 years. Why is that? They come up with the ideas
all the time.
They come up with the ideas only to crash in the first 3 years. The banks look at the business plans. At the inception, it looks good. They lend them the money. But 3 years later, something happens. And that is where I come in. I help them to find the best pathway to progress their business.
Fantastic.
6 steps to business growth.
What are those 6 steps?
The 6 steps: mastery.
Mastery.
Niche.
And what is mastery? What does
mastery
it mean if someone does not know?
Brilliant. There are 4 aspects to mastery. The mastery is what I will call the building blocks of the business. Imagine yourself building a house.
Mastery. Yeah.
Without putting the foundation down, the house, when the wind or flood comes, the house will be swept away. So for the mastery, there are 4 elements. There's money mastery.
Money.
Time mastery.
Time mastery.
Destination mastery.
Destination mastery.
And then you also need to know delivery mastery.
Aha, I like those. So one
money
is mastery.
Money mastery, time mastery, destination mastery, and delivery mastery. Destination mastery is where you have your vision, your mission, your business plan, and your culture. Because that is
culture.
Yes,
what
your
has
culture.
Your culture got to do with it?
Interesting. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Your culture is who you are and what you want your business to feel like.
So that other people can relate with it.
Fantastic.
I love that.
Because anybody who joins you later on, because I always say, like my dad used to advise me growing up in Africa, plan to build a multi-story building.
Yeah.
Don't always plan for a bungalow.
Bungalow, yes.
It's a fantastic.
No bungalow, you guys.
It's a fantastic advice.
Yeah.
It means you are building for future growth. So when you have a culture, right now you only see yourself in the business. However, as the business progresses and grows, you are going to bring other people into the team. And when you bring them, they have to share your culture. So your culture will be part of your recruitment
It's what defines your company.
Correct. Defines
Will that be like a niche, or that's different?
That's different.
Right.
Now, so your culture, let's give an example of...
So we're still explaining mastery.
We are still explaining mastery. 4 elements to mastery.
Yeah.
Destination mastery, you have your vision, your mission is how you get your vision accomplished. Then you've got your business plan.
Right.
And then you got your cash flow and your culture. Your
Fantastic.
culture is the one that wraps everything up. To say, I'm going to have a nice, fun business.
I'm really sorry. I'm going to ask you questions because I'm learning myself. I'm really loving this.
Keep going.
So we said money, and we say time, we said destination, and we said
delivery.
couch and delivery.
Yes.
And then in this delivery has 4.
No, the destination has 4 steps.
Which one is the destination?
The destination it's like your compass.
Is it under mastery?
It's under mastery.
Right. That was my question. Under mastery,
under
how many
mastery.
elements do we have?
We have 4 elements under mastery.
Which is, what are they again?
We have time mastery,
Mm-hmm.
money mastery, destination mastery, and delivery mastery.
So we have explained culture.
Yes.
What is time?
Time.
Yes, which is the most important thing.
Exactly.
Strangled.
Time is the greatest asset that a business has. Time is money. I give an example of a hairdresser who wakes up in the morning and goes to their shop at 7.
Yeah.
And then their shop doesn't open until 8:30. Yeah. But what are they doing between 7 and 8:30? They are sweeping the floor, cleaning all the shop, and washing the toilets.
So
and
when
then
the clients come,
correct.
It's fresh.
So that is fresh. But then when the clients come, they are tired because they go straight into hairdressing. And that is why I help people define their time. I help them to a time money analysis to see that I ask the question, how much do you think you're worth? And a lot of people say, oh, I'm worth £50 an hour. And then I pose the question, what have you been doing between 7 o'clock and 8:30? You've been cleaning. And how much will you pay a cleaner to clean your store or your shop?
I love that.
And then they say, oh, maybe £6 an hour. There you go. So you have used your time to do menial tasks.
Instead of you having someone, and by having someone,
Correct.
it will bring more money into
Correct, because
like
that time you could use to do £50 an hour job, which will grow your business. And that's where I'm coming from, the time mastery.
Do we have more in time?
We have a lot more in time, but I'm not going to empty my bullets right now.
Yes. And then we had money mastery.
Money mastery.
I like that.
Speaks for itself.
Money
a lot of people don't know their break-even point. Your break-even point is where you are covering all your costs and you are selling, but you are not making any profit. So you know that at the end of the month or any period, you haven't made money and you haven't lost money. So once you can define that, that helps you.
And I'm going to add on into that. And the problem becomes, in our community especially, people like to negotiate. If you're saying to them, this is £8, they're going to say to you, can I have it for £5?
Right.
And because of you not understanding your money mastery, you then start negotiating. But if you understood how much money you have spent, how much profit you have to make, how much loss, then you can tell that that's not possible because I've calculated everything, why that thing costs that. Is that so?
That's so.
Fantastic.
Because a lot of us, we think we are doing business, but we are really not. We are cutting ourselves to the bones. And by the time you sit down in the cold light of day, when the bills come, you find that you cannot meet them because you've sold at a level which cannot sustain your business on an ongoing basis.
Fantastic.
So you are making a loss as you go along without knowing it.
Guys, this is going to be fantastic. So we have done money mastery, we have done time mastery, we have done cultural mastery. What are we left?
We have done destination mastery. Now we are going to do delivery mastery. Delivery mastery is about what it says on the tin. It's about delivery. It includes everything to do with your ordering, manufacturing, or product or service, if you like, and then how you deliver it to your customers. Do you deliver personally? Do you deliver through a courier? Do people come to you to get the goods and services? Do you go and meet people in their homes? Do you have a workshop or a seminar where people come? Do you network? So how do you deliver a product? It's very important to the end user.
Exactly, because I always find that when people open a business, they think because of I don't know if I'm right. I always say we do business emotionally. And now I start this new brand, like let's say Vibrantly African. The fact that I have started it, I think that people should come to me, but people don't know what Vibrantly is. I have to go out, I have to scream, I have to position myself. Yeah. So this is where you say delivery
mastery. And let me give you an example of delivery mastery. On last Saturday, I went to an African restaurant in Cricklewood, and you enter. It's a buffet setup.
Right.
But when you enter the store, the restaurant,
Yeah.
you sit down, you have drinks, and then it's time to go for the food. Now, they've put the plates where the checkout is.
Yeah.
The plates should be where the serving starts from.
Indeed.
And then you can walk across.
Mm.
They also started with the dessert on the
Mm.
beginning side and ended up with the main course.
Which you have to start, of course.
Brilliant. That is an example of delivery mastery gone wrong. So I call the restaurant owner to decide, and a 5 minutes brief.
Yeah.
And she opened her mouth and said, "Thank you, my brother." I said, "If you just rearrange the way you serve in your restaurant, you will see how easy it will be. Put the plates at the place where people come in on the queue. Then you put your starter, then the main course, then the dessert. So people are progressing along nicely as they will have their meal. That is delivery mastery. You are making it congruent and easy for your food to be consumed by people, and not going through a kind of maze where they get lost in trying to obtain. Sometimes they will only have the dessert because that's what you've put in their front, and then they get out. But if you start with the starter, you're progressing them to the main course.
And it's also good for business.
And it's good for business.
But it's also looking after your clientele.
Correct.
And
then
I'm here to serve.
Correct. And then the last place is the checkout, where they then pay for everything they've taken.
Exactly.
Whereas before, they have to go past the checkout to get the plates. And then sometimes people are time poor. They just take the first thing that comes.
And they get out.
And they get out. And you are losing sales along the way. And when I told her, she looked at me and said, I said, I've just given you, I'm a customer, I've given that to you for free. I said, what will you give me for free? Do you know what? She's a good sister. She gave me a bottle of wine with my meal, which is fantastic. But that is just peanuts for the advice that I've given her. Because the advice I've given her is sustainable throughout the lifespan of our business. And in any other business that she does, that delivery mastery
those rules
will serve her well
for the
forever.
rest of her life.
And that is what
Fantastic.
I do. I teach people how to fish, as opposed to giving them fish.
Hallelujah. So you mentioned the 4, they came out of 1. You say there are 6 steps.
Yes, there are 6 steps.
Okay.
So of the 4th step, that is the building blocks. We are talking of the 4th step, which is the mastery.
Mastery, yeah.
And then there are still 5 steps on top of that.
Okay.
We're not going
to
go the whole way, because
we just have to mention them.
I will mention them. All right.
Yes.
So when you get the foundation or the building blocks of your business right, which is the bottom layer, which is what you call your mastery, then you go on to niche. The niche level, I'll speak about that on a future day. And then after the niche, you then progress on to the leverage or leverage, depending if it's British or American. Leverage or leverage. They're both correct. Check your dictionary. But regardless, it's depending on where you're speaking, Americana or British. So leverage or leverage. Then you got team. On top of that, team is where you really need a team for growth. Think McDonald's, think KFC, think Virgin, think every business that has been successful. Without the team, you cannot grow. And then after that, you got synergy.
That's for me, you guys.
Yes.
Synergy.
Synergy, and finally, results. Results is the top of the pile. That's where you can decide, I want to set my business and become an investor or do something different. Don't be afraid to sell your business, guys. But I'll tell you about that much more later.
You're beautiful. Yeah, this is amazing. Now, in terms of looking at people,
yes,
what do you think makes people not to succeed, especially those who think they know? Because we always have people who think they know, and they don't go search for people such as you.
Right.
What would you say to those people who starting business and they are sticking into the rules of I know, but they keep on repeating the same mistake over and over again?
Carol, you've just mentioned the 2 words, which are the death knell or the coffin of any business owner. I know. If people use I know as part of their dictionary, they are going to collapse very, very quickly in business, because the 2 words I ban from anybody I work with are I know. I replace them with isn't that interesting? Because the I know syndrome precludes you, it bans people from coming to you.
Yeah.
Imagine you having staff, and before they even open their mouth, you say, I know. That means they cannot share their ideas with you. That means you are not opening your mind to new ideas, innovation. You are not responsive to what people are telling you, and you think you know everything all.
Hallelujah.
Know-alls don't last in business. But if you say, isn't that interesting? Even if somebody is telling you rubbish, you are giving yourself time to process by saying, Carol, isn't that interesting? You go away, after 5 minutes, you can come back and say, actually, Carol, your idea was rubbish because I've processed it now. So isn't that interesting?
Oh my God.
Those 3 words replaces I know. You are going to go far
Yeah.
because you are opening your mind to an idea.
To an idea.
So it could be somebody telling you about social media to promote your business. You say, oh, I know. That means they are not going to share that with you.
Exactly.
But if you say, isn't that interesting? Then they'll be obliged to tell you more because you are now showing interest.
And you're respecting their point of view as
Correct.
well.
Whether you're going to ditch it or absorb it or take it on board, still open your mind to new ideas. And that's
Beautiful. Who is the man? Who are you?
Well,
who are you? Where have you
um,
embarked upon? You know, just tell us a little bit
a little bit about myself.
You. Why business?
Okay.
Why did you embark on this journey?
Fantastic. I studied business administration at university. I actually wanted to become a lawyer because I have a lawyer uncle who was encouraging me all the time to be a lawyer. However, I just decided that business was where my passion lies. So I read business administration and did a postgraduate management and leadership degree on top of that. And I started as running an off-license business for somebody else. But the person took to me because when I started running the business, he started making a lot more profit. And he said, you have the natural talent for this. Everybody's coming here to buy wines and beers and things. What's happening? I said, because I've had a lot of product knowledge and also I've taken interest in people. So now if somebody is looking to serve steak or fish or chicken or even vegetarian dishes in their homes and they come to me, I can suggest to them the kind of drink that will go with it. Because I've taken pains to study my environment, to take interest in what I'm selling. Whereas a lot of people will just point, and then whether the person likes it or not, they'll go away, they'll see that the wine doesn't match the food, they might not come back. So I took interest in the business, and gradually that stood me in good stead. Working for somebody else, gaining the knowledge, I opened my own petrol station business. I had about 4, a franchise with
which petrol station was that?
With Shell UK, Shell UK Limited, and also with ExxonMobil, which is known in the UK as Esso.
And you own it. That was your own business.
So that was my starting.
How amazing.
I was lucky. I got a breakthrough.
How amazing.
By the grace of God and also by fortune, being in the right place at the right time. And I started that, and it grew into 4 stations. Incredible. And then later on, because of my passion for education and training, I started my own training consultancy business. So now I'm merging my experience as a trainer with my business acumen to become a business coach. So when I advise business owners, I'm coming from a place of knowing it and having made the mistakes that they are making now. Because when I first started, I was an I know, and I was naive in the real rudiments of being an entrepreneur. Because there are 3 hats you have to wear as a business owner. You have to be a manager, you have to be an entrepreneur, and also you have to be a technician. So a technician is a hairdresser who all makes hair. They have been trained to make hair. A manager because they are managing the staff and everything else, and an entrepreneur because they are the business owner and they have to do the financials, the marketing, the recruitment,
positioning of the business,
and the position of the business and everything, and the face of business. So they are everybody wears 3 hats in business. So how to segment every aspect of that and make sure that you're focusing on running your business is what I do. I help business owners get clarity and purpose and working on the business as opposed to working in the business. So that's where you grow it.
You know, when I first met you, you scared me. I remember when you phoned me the first time, you asked me questions and it was very good. And I thought to myself, I don't know who's this guy. I feel that he speaks, but I don't think I'm going to work with him. But let me see what he's going to say. I'm going to be honest with you. And you send me your information within a blink of an eye. And normally I don't do that. I went to my email. I saw you. I opened, and immediately I didn't even read everything. And I said, I'm gonna phone him right away. And I said, hi. No, I send you an SMS. And I said, I want to work with you because I realized that you have put everything so clear and having to be the second Black man in your industry,
in the action coach community,
all around the United Kingdom,
exactly.
Of a high.
There are just about 200 coaches in the UK, and yes, I don't really like to trumpet race.
But
it's not what I preach.
But you gotta preach it.
Yeah. However, it's not professional to do so, I must say.
Oh no, but
because some of my clients
are
also of all different race and color. However, I look at the Black community and I see that there's a wide chasm of people who need someone like myself to be their ambassador, their advocate, their helper, their supporter. And I'm prepared to do that role now. Yes, of course, I'm not going to do it for free. However, there are different packages and different rungs of the ladder for different businesses. And I'm prepared to help this community to become a thriving community.
I shall say thank you so much. We're going to leave it as it is. It was incredible, short, straight to the point. And I want to say thank you so much for coming to Vibrantly African because there's lots of us in there. Of course, Vibrantly African, it's a mixture of different cultures. We're going to have different people from all walks of life. But the most important thing, it is for the Africans to grow our economy, to understand, to be ready for the market. Because my question is, are we ready for the market? We keep on complaining about the financials. It's not about financials. It's about being ready and understand that we are on the world stage. And the world stage, everybody has to sing the same song so that you don't get pulled out and say, oh, this is an African business because of the way it's structured. So that's my language.
Correct.
That's why working with people like you, I'm honorable to say, let us make our people be ready for the market.
Exactly. Thank you very much for inviting me, Carol.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
I thank you. And guys, this was it. As you can hear, we're speaking with all these incredible people. How lucky are we can get them sitting next to us so we can hear really what they have to offer. And they are passionate, ready, willing to serve. So you gotta stand up and realize it's not about being beaten up, talking apartheid, slavery and all this I'm sorry, we gotta change the ties, we gotta change our language. What do we want to see for our generations to come? So preparation, and I shall say, love you lots. Come to Vibrantly African on the 28th of September. Go to our website, book your ticket, www.vibrantly- hold on, what is it again? www.vibrantly-african.com. When you get in there, you'll see on the banner top, it says, buy your ticket now, or you can also get your group ticket where you can come 10, 30, or 50 of you. Let's celebrate life and let's help each other grow. One love. This is Carol Matibula saying, God bless. Bye for now. That was incredible. That was lovely.